This is a tarot reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you anything that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion, so if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and get straight into your video. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is your tarot reading. What's the overall energy? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Swords. So what you don't see coming is you moving quickly towards something. This could also, be careful about moving towards something too quickly, because this can be like hasty, like rushed. What's another word for it? Like just really rushing into something that you shouldn't be rushing into. Because you're feeling so passionately and you want to voice your opinion or voice what it is that you're thinking or whatever it is. But this could also just be you moving towards, because with these other cards here, I think you're moving towards a time where things are going to start moving more quickly for you, and you're going to start taking action, and you're going to start saying the things that you need to say and really aligning your thoughts with what it is that you want. Like you're moving forward through your thoughts. I don't even think it's communication. I don't think it's like you telling anyone anything or like a conversation. It's like you are ready to take action because you're ready to choose like better thinking thoughts to move forward. So the other cards in your spread, you do have the Chariot card. This is also a fast moving card. So I think that maybe, you're really tapping into your willpower. You're really tapping into movement and wanting to move forward, or that's something that's on your mind. But you're going to be facing duality. You're going to be facing opposition. You're going to be facing things that come up that seem like obstacles, and you have to overcome that. And it might be painful because you have the Three of Swords here, so this is a painful experience, something that is emotionally painful, and it can mess with you because you just keep thinking about it. You keep thinking about either getting hurt or how you got hurt, or what that person said, or how you want to say something but you don't want to hurt someone, or something like that. There's some sort of pain that you can be dwelling on, and that can come into play with you kind of like bulldozing your way through life. But that's like a jaded perspective, because you have the Nine of Wands here as well. So moving through life with a jaded perspective, you will find evidence of more things to feel jaded about. So if you are always looking over your shoulder for someone to hurt you again, or for somebody to say something again, or for you to get your heart broken again, or for you to hurt yourself again, because there's these challenges and you just can't overcome them because you're not staying true to yourself and to your vision, or things like that, you will find evidence of that. If you're always looking for the next worst thing to happen, it will always happen, because you're a self-prophesizing person. So if you tell yourself like, this is my story and this is like the way that things just happen for me, then you're right, and that's what you'll find. But if you can change your perspective, and if you can really like decide to go within and really like do some research on yourself and really figure out like, where do these thoughts come from, and where do these ways of communicating come from, and why is my internal dialogue this way, and why do I keep going over these situations of times where obstacles happened, and why can I let it go? And really take the time to contemplate, and even maybe meditate or journal or something, where you're kind of getting it out and not keeping it within. Because after the Three of Swords comes the Four of Swords, which is really about rest, recuperation, meditation, contemplation, non-action. You have the Strength card here, which is your card. It's the card of Leo, and it is really taming and finding the courage within. So like the Cowardly Lion, was looking for this courage that he thought was outside of himself, but it was always within. And you you guys have such strength and courage within you, but the toxic version of a Leo would be somebody who is, instead of courageous, they have false bravado, where they're pretending like they're so strong, but they're like really in pain or really fearful or really angry, or they're coming off as angry but they're really hurt or whatever it is. So really looking at that, looking at like, are you being the best version of yourself? And also I think looking up like your zodiac sign or your birth chart or something like that can help you kind of see like the aspects of yourself, your highest self and then your lowest self. And I'm not saying fully identify with zodiac signs and all these kind of things, because that's only a tool to help you understand stuff about your journey and like themes that you could be experiencing that all people experience. But I would say maybe educating yourself on like what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, and how can you play both of those to your advantage. Because you have the self-mastery card after this, which is the 8 of coins. So this is you really delving into focusing on something and doing it every single day until you get it right, until the ball starts rolling. This is self-mastery. This is, or just mastery in general. So like if you are trying to get fit, doing it every single day until you start seeing results. Or if you're saving money, save a little bit every single day or every time you get paid, like whatever it is. Or if you are just whatever manifestation, it's like doing something every single day without fail, without giving up, constantly, consistently. You know, eventually things will pay off, but you have to do it every freaking day. People just are not consistent, and I have been that way for so long, but it's like all you have to do, like mathematically, if you do something that is working towards your best self every single day for only 18 to 20 minutes a day, in a year from now, you will be like a brand new person in that aspect, from like where you started to where you are a year from now, even 6 months. But people give up. They give up so quickly. So of course, for like New Year's resolutions or whatever, which personally I don't really resonate with anymore, with January being like the new year, because I feel like that's winter. But New Year's resolutions, you know, going into whatever season that you feel best to start implementing new things about yourself. Never giving up. Like, you just literally cannot stop, and it will eventually work out, even if it's slow progress. It's like, I've seen this like thing people say like, oh, it's like ripping a piece of toilet paper off the roll every day. It's like, it takes forever, but eventually the roll goes down. At first you don't see anything, and then the roll all of a sudden is almost gone. So yeah, I think the ball is gonna start rolling for you once you really decide to take personal development seriously, and like really going within and just never giving up and creating a consistent schedule of something that you want to work on. And you can just pick one thing. You don't have to like be bombarded by all of these different ideas and things that you want to be in, parts of yourself you want to grow. It's like, just pick one thing that you really are not satisfied with and try to make it better every single day. I do see you coming out with a like victory or like a success, where people are going to recognize that. But with new levels, new devils, some people will be your haters. Who cares what they say? They literally are beneath you. this is what you don't see coming. So you are going to start moving towards something, or really thinking about something, thinking your way into a new reality, and then you will see the benefits of that through the gratification of other people or whatever it is. But it looks like there's something about healing the relationship that you have with, like, reparenting yourself. There's something about reparenting yourself, nostalgia, children, your inner child, whatever that is for you, and like family life and creating a legacy. Maybe you like want a family, or you want to have a peaceful home environment with the family that you already have, or you're wanting to heal something with your parents, or heal something with your siblings, or heal part of yourself that was hurt in childhood, or whatever that is. And it has to do, it like correlates with like your financial situation, because you are maybe like, you want to create stability for yourself financially so that you can never be hurt again, or so that you can never experience that feeling again, or whatever that is. But there is something that you have to walk away from. It doesn't matter how much you've invested in it. People will get these things, people will put their energy and pour their energy into things that will never work out for them, to show themselves that they're right, that things will never work out for them. Because we're like addicted to pain. We're addicted to our pain body. We're addicted to being right about our victimhood, and it's just not the vibe. It's not the vibe, and it's so much easier said than done. Trust me, I 100% know. Everyone can resonate with every single tarot reading in the world, because we're all human beings. But specifically for you right now, you are dealing with walking away from something, or needing to walk away from something that's no longer serving you, that you're emotionally invested in, that you've spent so many years feeling this way or being this way that it's so hard to change, but you gotta do it. It has something to do with reparenting yourself, or healing something from your childhood, or your relationships, or your siblings, or something like that. And yeah, I think that once you really start creating a schedule for yourself, it will be easier for you to identify when you have triggers coming up that are showing you that you're in victimhood, or that you're waiting for yourself to be a victim of something, because you will fluctuate. Some days will be good, some days will be bad, and it will start to become more prevalent to you when you're slipping into this like victimhood. And so you'll be able to really see it for what it is and kind of dissect it, because you're going to be allowing yourself these opportunities to heal. But that's only going to happen if you really take the time to do the work that you need to do, which is, the routine and walking away from things that don't serve you, and really pulling on that courage that you have within you to make things work out. Let's go ahead and pull an oracle card to end this reading, Leo. I hope that you guys like this reading. If it's resonating with you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Your guys' likes and comments really do help me grow this channel and help me continue to do free tarot readings. You have number 44, almost there. In the blossoming spring season, Little Fox frolicked and skipped in the wild woods. As he played, his attention was constantly drawn to a distant light. The light glimmered deep in the forest past the rumbling river. Although he couldn't quite make out what the light was, every bone in his body knew that it was meant for him, and his soul would spark with joy when he saw it. It was as if the light were a magnet calling out to him, but whenever Little Fox ventured toward the light, he was always abruptly stopped by the roaring river before him. Little Fox would fall into despair, for he could not unite with the light that called him. Time went on, and spring became summer. Little Fox would continue to catch glimpses of the light. Still filled with excitement and longing to unite with his beloved light, he would regularly attempt to reach it, only to again be blocked by the roaring river. More time passed, and as autumn approached, Little Fox grew and learned many lessons. Yet he was still faced with an unquenchable thirst for the light. Little Fox became distraught and angry toward life. He often cried out in sharp howls, forsaking life for presenting him with the beauty of the light without allowing him to embrace it. He grew mistrustful that life did not have his best interests in mind, and increasingly became hardened and jaded. Autumn transformed into winter. By this point, Little Fox was Big Fox, but his heart was broken, for the only thing he ever longed deeply for was out of reach. Big Fox gave up. During the early winter months, Big Fox did what he had to do to survive, but he had a hole in his heart. He walked with his head low, for he could not bear to look up and see the out of reach light. One night, as Big Fox lay asleep, snow began to fall. When Big Fox awoke, he was taken aback at this new element he had never experienced. As he started his day, he saw a gaggle of geese standing on the river in the distance. Completely perplexed at how they were now standing on water, he approached the river with caution. He had learned through all of his seasons of life that he must be careful and cautious. As he put his paw on the water, he found it to be hard and sturdy. He gasped and thought, could it be? Could this be the path to my light? Big Fox carefully crossed the hard water with deep awareness. He listened for the cracks and creaks in the hard water and scanned the sky for hawk approaching. As he crossed the river with extreme care, it dawned on him that if he were a little fox, he would have run boldly across the hard water without a care in the world and could have been hurt or even killed. A shower of epiphanies began to rain on him. He realized that he had to go through all of the seasons and learn all of the lessons to be prepared to walk toward the light destined for him. As Big Fox finally crossed the great river, he thanked Mother Earth and Father Sky and understood that he had to wait to gain the wisdom that prepared him for crossing the great river. If there is something you yearn for in your heart and have been trying to achieve with little to no success, this is a profound confirmation that it is approaching. Be patient. There is wisdom in waiting. This is the preparation time. You are gaining what you need to unite fully with what your heart desires. Endure, endure, endure. If you guys like this reading, go ahead and comment below how it resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.